Alright, hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another Safari Sunday stream, and today is the first time where I will be venturing into Area 5. In Area 5 you're gonna see a lot of, or almost any Pokemon that I can find is gonna be a new one. So Area 5 in the Safari Zone is basically full of Johto Pokemon. I think it's Johto Pokemon only. So what I can get is the ones that you can find on the thumbnail. Oh, hey there, Fiery Chameleon. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Shout out to one of my patrons, the Fiery Chameleon. Hopefully you're doing a bit better. And yeah, you are welcome. I was really happy to see that I could calm you down a bit. So yeah, the Pokemon that I can get are Sunkern, Mareep, Aipom, Spinarak, Hoot Hoot, Snubbull, Stantler, and Gligar. With what should I go first? I mean, the choice is a lot. Let's just go for the Sunkern first. And with a quirky one, Eontimer, are you okay? Do you guys see this? Or do you not? Oh, okay. For some reason it just didn't want to show properly. Hey there, Kaiser Kamazin. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Shout out to yet another one of my patrons, Kaiser Kamazin. And you guys know tomorrow is a new day. So new day, new month, not a new day. Wow, it's always a new day. Super genius, Yana there. What I was trying to say is tomorrow, starting tomorrow, it's a new month. And a new month means new Pokemon. New shinies that you can get as a patron. So yeah, let me just save again in front of the Safari Guard, and then yeah, let's start with the shiny hunting, right? I mean, I'm already babbling long enough. There we go. I'm doing pretty good from last time, much more relaxed and happy. Now that is something I want to see. That's very good. Excellent. So there's just a heads up, there's the European soccer game, football game is still going on, that tournament. So in case you hear honking tonight, or maybe people just yelling, then yeah, that's it. That's the reason. Alright, so this right here, this is where... yeah, this is Area 5, very easy to go to. Area 6 is also to the north, but keep in mind that Area 6 is only available once you've beaten the Elite Four. Before you cannot enter Area 6, but of course we will also do Area 6, obviously. But let's venture into Area 5 first. You're doing worse? Oh no. Hopefully it's not too bad. Is it something to do, oh, excuse me. Has it something to do with the person you develop feelings for? Because yeah, that is a very difficult situation to navigate through. Like I already said last stream, I couldn't imagine going through that again. It's actually July for me right now. Oh yeah, because you're from down under, it's already July. But yeah, send me the list of the shinies. I mean, anything. I did send you a lot of screenshots. I still need to get around doing that Patreon thing where it's easier to see what I have. Just very anxious and partially yes. Doing good right now, but overall the past 2 days haven't been good. That's very unfortunate. Hopefully it'll be better. Yeah, I got some bad news regarding some jobs that I didn't get. And I mean, it's been like a year or longer that I've been... yeah, longer now. That I've been no job, basically. And it is kind of eating at my well-being, I have to say. And it's just, I don't know, at this point I even get suggestions from friends and family who know someone, but even that kind of nepotism doesn't get me anything, and I don't know. It's very sad. Especially when you see people you know are... Okay, that might come across as very rude, but less competent than you, and also who are not good people, and they get jobs very easily because their dad works at the government or something like that, and yet you don't get anything. It's just, oh well. I don't take it too personally. I am aware that this we do not live in a meritocracy. Unfortunately, we don't. Even if people try to tell you that we are, no, we are not. Definitely not. But what can I do, right? I'm still very lucky in this regard because I still have my family supporting me. And even if I didn't have my family, the family of my husband is also supporting me, and they would support me. That's a Snubble, which we can also get as a shiny. There's actually so much in Area 5 that I can get. And now, of course, once I hit the stream button, my voice fails me. I don't know what that is about, but that just keeps happening. Job hunting is hard. Yes, it really is. And I know some people with really good degrees, and they also are looking everywhere. And we do have a problem in Luxembourg in the way that Luxembourgish people basically always try to go to the state, like work for the state or the government. And yet, I mean, oh yeah, this is Area 6. Never mind. Area 5 is actually pretty small. I'm just trying to get out of the... There's a lot of NPCs here that move around. I think they might be messing up some frames. But yeah, it's either as a Luxembourgish national you go to the government, but these jobs, I don't know. It's full of other Luxembourgers who just tell you their stupid alcohol adventures after the weekend, and there's not a lot of possibility of doing your own ideas. And I don't want to sit there at a desk job for 40 years, even if it pays well. It's just, I don't know. I want something not only that pays my bills, which already is probably impossible, but I also want something that's fulfilling. But I think that might be asking too much given the state of the world right now. Just trying to not let this get through me too much. I mean, it is grim, yes. But what else can I do, right? This is also hopefully the right now I'm at around 2,500 watch time hours on YouTube, and if I reach 4,000, then everything, the full monetization plan comes to work. Just hoping to, I mean, any, not salary in this sense, it's not a salary, but any income in this regard helps. Even starting to sell a lot of things on eBay or other apps that I think only exist in Europe. Vinted, I think you guys have that app as well, but for example in Germany you have Kleinanzeigen. They used to be owned by eBay, but now apparently they aren't owned by eBay anymore. And there's some French ones. But yeah, what else can I do? Believe in you, Yana, you'll find a job soon enough. Yeah, thank you. It's just really demoralizing, really. Yeah, it's been over a year now, and same with my husband. I mean, he got the his, when was it again? 2021, I think. He got his diploma and he still hasn't had a job, because for all the other ones that don't have anything to do with animation, They think he's he's overqualified, and no animation studio takes him because they usually don't hire a lot of people. It's really bad. And AI, of course, making things even more complicated. Hopefully you can find a job soon. Yeah, I hope so as well. It's a sun current, but the shiny, while not really a good one. Well, of course, if it is a shine, it's gonna shine. That's why they're called shinies. But yeah, it's somewhat of a disappointing one, but still. Going for anything in the Safari zone. Even though Sunkern really isn't the most interesting, but yeah, we'll get there. I mean, there's so many shinies that are now possible to get. Right, this patch looks pretty good. Just worried with the NPCs always moving, always messing up my frames, so to speak. What else can I get? Can I get a quirky Mareep? Yeah, but only one. Apom. Apom, I'm gonna go with an adamant one, definitely. Spinnerack. Okay, no quirky one. Hoot Hoot. No, I think an adamant Hoot Hoot would make more sense. Snibble as well. Stantler as well. Gligar as well. So I think Sunkern might be the only one I'm going with for quirky. And then the other one I'm gonna change, put the Espeon in front with the synchronize ability. But yeah, the Sunkern that I should get. Okay, did I? Yeah, the delay is also correctly set. It's just, I don't know, my brain is kind of telling me that all the misery of the last millennium are gonna repeat. As in the 1910s, there was a pandemic called the Spanish flu. We also had a pandemic with COVID-19. I don't think I need to elaborate on what that is. What else? With a recession, everything costing much more, and my brain for some reason is not shutting up about, oh, and the war will come. In 10 years there's gonna be World War III. And my brain just won't shut up about it. And I know that we can't really say that with certainty, and yet, I don't know, I know it's irrational, as a lot of fear is actually irrational. Not all fear. Some are very, definitely understandable, but yeah, I don't know. Not saying I'm doing bad, but that has been on my mind since kind of yesterday. It just hasn't stopped. I wouldn't say it's intrusive thoughts. I think intrusive thoughts are even more annoying and harder to get rid of. World War III is certainly possible. Yes, it is, unfortunately, and it's just I'm afraid that it's just gonna repeat again. You know what happened 100 years ago? That it's just gonna repeat again with all the European, the polls. Now the French polls have also been released, and it's super towards the right, and I'm just so afraid that it's gonna happen again, that we're way too dumb to learn from our mistakes. And I mean, the people who had to suffer through World War II, a lot of them aren't alive anymore. That's a Spinnerack. Shiny is blue, really nice. And I'm just sitting here thinking, oh, we're gonna be doomed, we're gonna do the same mistakes. But yeah, remember the quote from Einstein? I don't know with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. And that's my, I don't know. I'll be back soon, sorry. Hey, no worries. This isn't a lecture where you need full attendance, and I don't need your full attention. It's a stream. You can just come in and go out whenever you want. I hope that little girl NPCs didn't miss up too many frames now. But yeah, it is just my... Oh God, I hate my brain sometimes. It's really hard to shake these thoughts off, you know? And also, I've been reading some studies showing off that, especially in young men, extreme views like going against LGBTQ and such, and being very misogynistic, these views have been spiking in the younger men in Europe. The study that I was reading was about European men, and it's just scary, you know. It's the same thing is happening all over again with the propaganda. Back then it was posters, now it's memes and TikToks, but it's essentially the same thing. Because people always think it's a very large misconception that as technology progresses, so does our society becomes better. I think it's not necessarily so. Of course, with better technology or more advanced technology, you are able to solve more complex problems. And that just brings a lot of advantages, of course. I'm not saying that that is not true. But a lot of things, technology, it doesn't always solve everything. And higher technology or more complex technology also means more complex or more advanced bombs, weapons, propaganda techniques, radicalization tools. And that is scary. And there's really nothing you can do about it. If something happens in some corner of the world, everyone's gonna know it because of the internet. Back then, that was not the case. Information needed to travel further along, and it was slower in order to spread. Today, it's just a second, and it's everywhere. And yeah, as a child, I always thought, imagine if everyone had all the information at their fingertips, then we'd live in a paradise or a utopia. But no, boy, was I wrong. I was so freaking wrong about that. I mean, we have that now, and yet I can't shake off the feeling that we have to deal with more disinformation or fake news than we'd ever had to fight off before. Not only does it spread really quickly, it's just also so... I mean, the sheer amount of fake news and false information that spreads. You just need so much energy to fight against that, you know? More energy than it takes to do something right. And when you have 10,000 millions of such messages per day, I mean, that is pretty hard, right? And a lot of our problems they are already solvable, but we don't solve them because they don't turn a profit. Like, we already have enough food for everyone on Earth. We have enough shelter for everyone on Earth. And yet we still have homeless people. We still have people that die from hunger. So that's not a technology problem, that's a societal problem. Or maybe cultural, you could also argue for that. And technology is not gonna help us if we are stuck in that mindset. Then what's technology gonna help? It doesn't do anything. Technology can also be used as a tool for oppression. And that's exactly what it's used for. Also, I'm not against AI, for example. I'm just against the way AI is used right now, which is AI gets to do art and singing, music, all that, and I just want AI to do taxes or, you know, the bureaucratic stuff that's very boring but needs to be done. That would be much better, but no, we're using it to get rid of jobs that a human should do. But yeah, I do absolutely feel powerless. Like there's so much pain and badness coming my way. Not just my way, our way, as in a society, or at least a working class. The rich are just doing fine. And it's just scary. I'm trying to get myself out of that mindset now. I really do. Just ruminating about such things is not always too productive. I actually know I'm kind of a world champion when it comes to thinking about bad things and then overthinking and then basically getting stuck from overthinking. Yeah, if that was a Olympic sport, I'd get a medal in that. Like, no Olympic sport, you will never see me in any Olympic sport. But if overthinking was a sport, I'd go for the gold medal because I'm unfortunately very good at that. And it's paralyzing, you know. It just overwhelms me, but can't really do anything. Kind of depressing, very sad thing to talk about during the streams. I mean, we are here to have fun. But yeah, that's how I feel today. It's just like a feeling that just looms, you know? Like a very heavy rock that floats above you. It hasn't squished you yet. And it maybe will not squish you. But it's a heavy rock that hovers above you. And that just gives you anxiety because that's not something you want. Even if it doesn't really fall and crush you. That's kind of how I feel. Hopefully that makes sense. Now hopefully I get my mind off of things when I get some shinies now. Or have some good discussions with my viewers. Let's see what's happening. What will happen, not what's happening. Alright, 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, come on. I want a shiny now. That's not a shiny. Do these NPCs really mess it up a lot? That will be really annoying. Just like with the Heracross. Well, there's worse things, of course. And also my washing machine doesn't work. And then the shower head has a leak. And that's just like, oh my god, why do these things always have to happen in conjunction? It's so freaking annoying. I have to deal with that. Then I gotta make calls. And unfortunately, so many things have replaced call centers with call bot things. Where you basically cannot speak to a person, you always have to juggle around with bots, and it's just so exhausting, it's stupid. I know why they're doing it to cut costs, of course, but I mean, who actually likes speaking to a robot on the phone? No one. Everyone I know, everyone I spoke to, they would vastly prefer even, speaking to a real person. I mean, I'm not a big fan of speaking on the phone, I have to admit. But at least give me a real person, not a robot who tells me, oh, have you done that? Yes, of course. I've exhausted every option, that's why I'm calling. But yet, oh well. I know there's people with much worse problems. So I'm not trying to say, oh, woe is me. And I can't find my Switch. I misplaced it somewhere. I'm trying to find it. I'm gonna need to find it because, well, the Pokemon Shiny transfer through home. I do need the Switch for that, and no idea where I placed it. I thought I placed it at my parents' house, but I was there today and I couldn't find it. So it seems to be somewhere in my apartment still. Here's something to take your mind off bad stuff. Oh yeah, go ahead. Actually, who's playing now? Oh yeah, and Italy lost, and my dad was really... I could tell by the look on his face. Found a funny glitch that broke Fallout New Vegas. Really? What's the glitch? I remember seeing one speedrun of the game that just used some crazy glitches, and I had absolutely no idea what was going on. I think those were patched. But I could be wrong. Oh, okay, Spain against Georgia, and then England. Okay, England won against Slovakia, okay. Do you know how there are speech checks? Yes, there are speech checks in New Vegas. Oh, shiny! Come to me. That's a Reap. Really cute. Okay, I'm gonna do the quirky thing. So quirky synchronizer for an hour. So we are now at 26 minutes. If I don't get anything then I'm gonna switch up. And there's a body of water in the Area 5, which you've seen. So there's also new other shinies that I can get that way. Stop moving NPCs. No! Oh boy. Hey there, Mareep. Basically found a way to infinitely chain a speech check on a Good Springs NPC for infinite XP. Okay. How do you do that? I have to tell my husband about that. I think he might try it out. No, NPCs, why do you have to move? Yeah, this body of water right here. No, why does that keep happening? Hey there, spider. Oh, behind my, like I have a mailbox that's in a... It's basically the mailbox is inside a wall of the building that I live in, or the apartment that I rent. And there's a little gap, and there were so many freaking spiders coming out of that. It was actually pretty creepy. Good thing I'm not arachnophobic, but if I was, I would have the... I mean, there were like hundreds of little legs sticking out, and to be fair, I don't think those were spiders. Those were those very thin-legged spiders that technically aren't spiders. I think they're crabs, but I forgot the name of the species. But yeah, that happened. When starting the game, after talking to the dog, proceed through the game as usual until you start the Powder Gang versus Good Springs quest. Okay. Really have to tell my husband this. Excuse me. A harvestman. Yeah, that's what it was. Apparently harvestmen are crabs and not spiders. Although both are categorized under the arthropod Felis, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that was really... For a second I thought it was some kind of plant sticking out. I just opened my mailbox to check, and then suddenly hundreds of spiders or... yeah, harvestmen came out. Not in the box, but like that little gap of the mailbox and the wall. Must have startled them. Help the powder gang on their quest, but before talking to the powder ganger guy, kill the guy that they are after. Okay. And then you can just farm infinite XP. Is this well documented? Then come to him and say you already dealt with him. Then speak to him again and make sure he wants more weapons and armor. After that, kill him and the powder gang he's followed by. Okay. If this hasn't been documented, I would definitely implore you to maybe show this to people. There's some kind of nerd honor that you'll get for finding a glitch, or being the first one to find a glitch. Next, go to the Goodspring barter guy and convince him to donate weapons and armor with 25 barter or 25 speech. Okay. It's a bit well known. Ah, okay, okay. I'm not too knowledgeable on Fallout, so I wouldn't know. Alright, 5 seconds. Come on, I want some shinies now. A new area, new shinies. No shiny oddish. That's napalm. Do get wildly different results. That is very strange though. And from there you can just keep talking to him and spamming it. Okay. Definitely have to try that out. Thank you for the tip. Please, redhead guy, don't move. Then he moves twice. Let me just check in the Safari Zone Area 5. If you go with to your Pokéfinder program, under the Encounter tab, you go to Surfing. Area 5, there's a Woopa I could get. A Meryl, I already have a Meryl, but still, and a Quagsire. Oh, well, no Quagsire in this case. Can I get an adamant one? Let me check. No, doesn't look like I cannot get a Quagsire in any way. Unless of course I evolve a Wooper, which, yeah, I guess. And if you go to the Super Rod and then you select Safari Zone Area 5, you can get Goldeen and a Remoraid. Oh, I can get a quirky Remoraid. Okay, interesting. But no Octillery apparently. I mean, you can technically, but unfortunately I do not get the encounter slot that Octillery resides in, so yeah, unfortunately for now that's not possible. Except maybe if I try with very far, like, max advances, if I augment that number and do the battle video trick, then maybe that would be feasible. We had a very immense thunderstorm yesterday over Luxembourg. So much so that the government actually texted everyone, like a alarm or notification text to stay inside. And that was pretty kind of scary. There were even people who got into serious trouble because a tree fell on their house or something like that. Cars got destroyed. A lot of damage to properties in general, people as well. It's been interesting, but luckily now it has stopped. So hopefully that won't come back. Ah, salut GB Trash, bienvenue dans mon stream, ça va? Oui. Avec moi, je sais pas, aujourd'hui c'est un peu... Ça va, comme ça. J'ai un peu peur, j'ai un peu de l'anxiété avec la situation politique au moment en Europe. Mais j'essaye de rester calme. Et avec toi? J'aime pas de dire trash, ça c'est un peu... Ou donc c'est GBT Rash. Mais je pense JB, JB, GB. Je pense ça va. Il y avait un orage extrême en Luxembourg hier. Et est-ce que c'était aussi en France? Parce que le gouvernement luxembourgeois a même envoyé un SMS à tous les citoyens avec une alerte orange. Et c'était vraiment... c'était dur. Oui, ça va, mais pareil, la situation est bizarre. Non, c'est JB, JB, Trash. Mais pas de soucis. Oui, c'était déjà ma première remarque, je pense. Première fois où tu étais dans mon stream. Actuellement, je suis en Roumanie, donc je ne connais pas la météo en France. Ah, je demandais toujours parce que peut-être tu as de la famille, des membres de famille en France qui ont montré des photos, des vidéos, partagé des photos, vidéos de l'orage parce que c'était vraiment extrême. Yes, I just suddenly switched to French. That's just how the stream goes. If my German viewers come in, then I'm gonna speak German as well. What are you guys on about? I just asked him how... he asked me how I am. And I told him the same thing that I told you in Luxembourg. There was a thunderstorm where we gotten a text from the government that said, please stay inside, it's dangerous. And there's a 3-stage system in Luxembourg that says how dangerous it is, and it was orange, so kind of like with the red light system. I thought it was French, I see, yeah. Speaking about the weather, yeah, I guess so. But you know it, right? That's just how it goes in the stream. Yeah, it was pretty dramatic even. Stay safe. Yeah, luckily nothing happened to me. We had a bit of water in the... I stayed at my parents' house. They had a bit of water in the cellar. But other than that, it was fine. And the water got easily pumped out of there. We know people that had it much worse. So we still got lucky. And with my apartment, nothing happened. But it was pretty, I mean, never gotten a text before from the government saying please stay inside. And a lot of things also got cancelled because with that kind of weather, can't really do anything. Ah oui, JB ou JB. On est dans une nouvelle place dans la zone safari. Donc il y a des nouveaux Pokémon, des nouveaux chromatiques qu'on peut recevoir. Et maintenant c'est Sunkern. Je sais pas le nom français. Mais oui, c'est ça. Ça c'est le premier que j'essaye. Pretty lucky that nothing happened yesterday. Saw some people that had a hole in their roof. Usually European houses are very strong in that regard. We can have extreme winds and they still, you know, you still have the bricks on your on the roof. But I did see pictures of some people in Luxembourg where the roof collapsed. Oui, j'ai vu que tu es sur Emerald maintenant, oui. Normalement, le Safari Zone Shiny Hunt, je fais toujours sur Emerald. Parce que sur Emerald, il y a plus de Pokémon qu'on peut capturer. Et oui, j'ai multiples jeux. Emerald, c'est quand j'étais de mon enfance. Donc ce jeu-là, c'est plus vieux que mon neveu. C'est un peu bizarre, mais c'est comme ça. Et puis j'ai aussi 2 rubans. Donc une fois Pokémon ruban en français. Et puis une fois dans le même jeu, mais en allemand. Et puis aussi j'ai 2 versions Saphir en allemand, les 2. Mais un j'ai acheté avec... Bah, j'ai pensé que le mec qui m'a donné ça, qu'il va pas changer la pile interne. Parce qu'on a vraiment besoin que la pile interne est vide. Pour faire la manipulation en RNG. Et puis il m'a fait une faveur qui n'était pas une faveur, pas vraiment, mais bah, il ne savait pas ça, donc je suis pas fâchée. Donc j'avais besoin d'acheter une deuxième. Mais oui, la deuxième Saphir, c'est où j'ai fait aussi des vidéos et des streams avec ça. Donc ça va. J'utilise la version Saphir où il y a la pile interne qui fonctionne. J'utilise ce jeu-là pour les bails. Parce si la pilule interne est épuisée, il n'y a pas un écoulement de temps normal. Donc on ne peut pas avoir des bails. Ça ne fonctionne pas. Est-ce que c'est possible de juste enlever la pile ou le jeu est forcément besoin d'une pile? Non, tu peux enlever la pile interne, ça fonctionne. C'est avec les jeux Game Boy et Game Boy Color où ça c'est un problème. Parce que il y a une différence. La différence est que sur les jeux vidéo, sur Game Boy et Game Boy Color, le jeu utilise la pile pour sauvegarder le jeu. Et si la pile est pas là, donc elle peut pas sauvegarder. Mais avec les jeux Game Boy Advance, il utilise les chips pour sauvegarder et pas la pilule. Donc ça n'a pas aucun souci avec si tu enlèves la pilule. Ça c'est la raison. Et si tu regardes maintenant, il y a le message interne Batterie ist verbraucht, Spiel kann fortgesetzt werden. Ça c'est même message en français, c'est une chose comme la pilule interne est épuisée, le jeu peut être continué, mais tous les trucs qui ont un lien avec le temps, comme les bails, ça ne fonctionne pas. Et aussi là, un jeu loto et des autres trucs qui ne fonctionnent plus. Oui, mais je n'ai pas le même type pile pour la 3G, c'est ça? Ça dépend. C'est vraiment un type spécifique de pile que tu as besoin. Je sais pas le nom par cœur, mais c'est facile à trouver sur internet. Et c'est pas, oui, c'est pas le même type, je pense. Pour les Game Boy et les Game Boy Advance, non, je pense pas que c'est le même type. Et ça te tient environ 20 jusqu'à 40 ans. Ça dépend du type de pile. Only two viewers. Usually I have a bit more than that. D'accord, je vois, oui, c'est ça. Tu dois seulement faire un peu d'attention avec changer la pile. Mais sinon, il y a des tutorials sur YouTube qui sont vraiment bien. Donc tu le fais avec un scotch ou tu le fais avec... qu'est-ce que c'est le mot... Une traduction en français Ah, soudure. Donc, tu peux aussi utiliser le process de la soudure, mais moi je peux pas, je fais pas parce que mes mains sont vraiment stupides. Je suis vraiment maladroite avec ces trucs-là. I see. Yeah, sorry about that, but yeah, that's just the streams with me. I mean, what other streamer do you know who can just switch between languages? I thought that would be very interesting. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as a direct translator who just translates immediately. That would be nice with AI, but no, AI has to take artist jobs and not do stuff like that. It's pretty quiet tonight. Usually I do have a couple of more viewers. Excuse me, if you heard that, I think it's not a good idea to put my phone that close to the microphone, because there is some kind of interference going on. Je n'ai jamais essayé la soudure aussi, ça me fait peur. Oui, tu peux abîmer le chip si tu fais une erreur grave. Si tu fais une faute grave, tu peux vraiment casser ton jeu. Et ça c'est un risque que moi je veux pas prendre. So I told them that we were talking about the internal battery. I kind of explained to him how that works. The difference between how the internal battery works with the GBA games and also the Game Boy Color and the old Game Boy games. And I explained to him in French that if the old Game Boy games, so that would be Game Boy and Game Boy Color, they use the internal battery to save. So if that battery has run dry, the game will be unable to save. But that's not the case with the GBA games because they save on chip. And I kind of explained how you could change the battery. You can basically just put something like duct tape over it to fix the battery in place. Or you can solder, which is soudure, that word that he typed in the chat, soldering. But I told him also that I'm just really klutzy and clumsy. So I would never try to solder that, because if you do if you mess up, you can break the game, as in you can accidentally burn a very important part of the chip and then the game doesn't run anymore. And so that's why I don't even attempt it, because I know my hands are not that intelligent. I know how to do it, as in theoretically, but I don't want to try it. And you need a soldering kit for that, which I don't have. Now there's a vast temperature difference now. This week's been like 30 degrees, if not always above 25 degrees Celsius. And apparently the next week's gonna be like 15, 18, 10. Which is... I'm gonna get a headache. I just know it. Game Boy and GBA were so interesting that people actually owned them one time, so they had to jump through hoods like that. Well, the battery in these games they usually hold their charge for about 20 years. And I mean, about 20 years, right? Sometimes it's a bit more, sometimes it's a bit less. I've heard from the GBA games that they usually hold for 15 years. And that's why, I mean, this copy, Emerald, does have a empty battery because it's my childhood copy. So obviously I gotten that when it came out in Europe, which was I think 2005 if I'm not mistaken, or maybe late 2004. I don't remember exactly the date. But yeah, that unfortunately also means that with my Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal, these batteries have run dry and my save files got destroyed. There's no way of getting these Pokemon back, which is really sad. Because I transferred my first Pokemon I ever owned, my female level 100 Blastoise. I transferred that to my Crystal version. And, well, she's gone now forever. She can live on in my heart, but I can't get her back. Oh well, can't really change anything. And for some weird reason that I cannot really explain, my blue and my red from my childhood the battery still works. And I think it's because they hold a very specific battery that can hold a charge for 40 years. So, yeah, I definitely need to back those files up. But they still save. My Pokemon Yellow doesn't save anymore. The battery has run dry on that one. Which is weird because Blue came out earlier. But yeah, that's just how it is. So if I want to play on my Yellow save file or my Gold, Silver, Crystal, I need to open the game. Put the battery back in. Either with a Scotch tape or duct tape or something like that. Or I solder it, but I'm too afraid to solder because I know I'm just gonna mess things up and then I'm gonna break a game. Definitely don't want to break my childhood game. Oh no, what am I doing? Stupid. Stupid, Yana. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Very stupid, don't do that. Damn, rip on the gold save though. Yeah, and the silver one from my brother and the crystal one. When those games came out, I got gold and he got silver. And well, those save files are long gone. I'm most disappointed about these crystal one being gone because I transferred some really great Pokemon on there. And the funny thing is, in hindsight, if I kept them on my blue or on my red save file. Oh, come on, you can't be serious. But if I kept them on that, then I'd still have these. Of course, you can't put, excuse me, you can't put Generation 2 Pokemon on Generation 1 games. I mean, yes, with a certain glitch you can, but then you have Glitchmon. Or Missing No. There's a lot of Missing No in the game, different kinds of Missing No. To be fair, since my first Pokemon ever was on an emulated Fire Red, I lost all my first Pokemon I had. RIP. Type F in the chat for the lost Pokemon. They may be lost, but they'll never be forgotten. It's pretty funny because Pokemon Red and Blue are even older. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Why I asked myself why I had Blue. I got Blue in 1998. I was a toddler. I was 4 years old. I barely knew what I was doing when I had the game. And yet that one still saves, and yet my crystal that I got in, when did that came out, 2001? That one doesn't save anymore. Very strange. But I think it's because the battery type that they use is the one that can go on for 40 years. So 40 years is a very long time for a save or a battery to be able to have a charge. Maybe I will have one day have to get into how to change the battery, because I do want to play these games again, and I always prefer playing them on the real hardware as opposed to emulators. But can't really play the Crystal, Gold, Silver because they don't save anymore. But there's ways of backing up a save file with a hacked Wii from a Game Boy game. So, but yeah, my Pokemon Blue still saves. Very strange, but here we are. To be fair, that first save file that I got, that I had to delete that one because my PC got messed up. Because my brother, oh, that was a whole story. My brother caught a level 0M. So that's a Glitchmon, and it traded it over to me because I wanted to evolve it, because we found out that if a M can evolve into a Kangaskhan, and I just couldn't get Kangaskhan in the Safari Zone. It always fled, and I deposited the level 0M onto the PC and saved, and that was a very bad mistake because that glitches up every single Pokemon in every single box on your PC, and then that just means you cannot use the PC under any circumstances. And when you check the Pokemon's stats, it just crashes. It's really stupid. I mean, of course I couldn't know, we were kids back then, but that, like, I was terrified of missing no because of that, even though it wasn't missing no that caused that, it was M. Oh, welcome back, Kaiser comes in. You see, I finished a short story. Yes, I saw it, just didn't read it yet. Okay, let's see, come on. No, still nothing. And yet I'm streaming for, well, it's almost an hour now. Very strange. Well, this is the last quirky attempt in the grass. And then I'm gonna change it to the adamant one. Yeah, I actually, that was, I don't know if you are aware of, well, I've been on YouTube since 2008. And in 2014, I think, I uploaded scariest characters from non-horror games. And I put Missing No as #1. Today I would change that. But that was the reason, like, that terrified us. We were terrified of that glitch. And then, you know, the way my imagination works still today, yeah, I was deadly afraid of that thing. But yeah, do not deposit, under any circumstances, do not deposit a level 0 anything onto the PC. And do not save when you do that. It's not good. It will brick your game. Or not the game, but the PC. And if you can't use a PC in a Pokemon game, you're basically effed. I don't think I need to elaborate why. And that's also how the Charizard of my brother got basically corrupted. If you think about it that way, it's really scary. Like, that sounds something out of a creepypasta. But yeah, when I did some thorough research on how the game works, like with the coding and all, I figured out, okay, it was actually, that was the problem. Do not deposit a level 0 anything onto the PC. Can the game be bricked by any glitch in the game? Oh yeah, definitely. There's glitches in the game, like the super glitch. I mean, the name is definitely warranted. Where you can mess it up so much, you can mess up the RAM. So the random access memory of the game. And apparently it can brick it so badly that you cannot, like, the game becomes unplayable. So I do not recommend doing that on retail. If you're gonna do the super glitch thing, do it on emulator, because you don't want to brick your old game. These things cost way too much. Oh, hey there, Rayman. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Are you happily hunting shinies? Yeah, it does sound like creepypasta. It definitely does. And I mean, we were little kids. And when the thing is, we showed that to adults and they had no idea what to do because they didn't play the game. And yeah, that was really scary. It's alright though. I'm buddies with Missing No now. M I still have a distaste for. But yeah, it was definitely very strange. But I figured out there's certain levels, like in the game. If you do the Missing No glitch, you can also get Pokemon that are above 100, level 100. And some levels actually they do the same thing. They brick your PC if you deposit them. And the reason why they do it, why that happens, is because the algorithm, the experience algorithm messes up. And then the PC basically has a wrong checksum. And then it just can't start that process of accessing the Pokemon. I've forgotten which, I think it was level 245. You cannot deposit a Pokemon like that with that level. I know that sounds ridiculous, like that doesn't exist. Yes, under normal circumstances you cannot have a level 245 Pokemon, of course. Hang on, can I... Checking if I find that document somewhere. I written it down on my PC somewhere. So that I would not forget about that. It wouldn't happen accidentally. Alright. Let's go to area 5. Let me see. Oh yeah, I found it. So I'm just gonna read it because it's an excerpt from Bulbapedia. In Generation 1, attempting to withdraw a level 1 Pokemon using the medium slow growth algorithm will soft lock the game. This also applies to Pokemon using the medium fast growth algorithm for level 255, fast for level 255, and slow for level 237. Okay, so there's different algorithms in the game for experience groups. Like not every Pokemon levels up at the same rate, and there's certain groups that if they have level 255 or level 237, then yeah, do not deposit those onto the PC because the game will freeze, or you'll just break the game basically. And then it further says, certain glitch Pokemon use invalid growth algorithms and have the game freeze when they are withdrawn at specific levels as well. For example, in Pokemon Red and Blue, M, that's what I was talking about, uses an invalid experience curve 26 and the game will freeze if the player attempts to withdraw a level 0 M. That was what happened to me. Level 0 M can be found with the old man glitch if the player... Oh my god, it happened again. Talking about glitches and then the game freezes. That's like the 4th time that... Why does this keep happening? The game just randomly freezes, and it has never done so. And I've played this game for... Soon it's gonna be, in 1 year, it's gonna be 20 years. So what I do is I take it out. Oh, come on, that is very stupid. Yeah, that's creepy. I mean, that was a coincidence, definitely, but, oh, jeez. Okay. Hang on. Okay, that is definitely a creepy coincidence. While I'm reading an excerpt about a glitch, this happens. Creepypasta time. It's annoying though, I just want to do an RNG hunt, come on game. Well, at least it didn't freeze while a shiny was on screen. That hasn't happened to me yet. But, yeah. Let's continue. Don't know why that happens. And it only happens on the Game Boy player, on the GameCube. Sometimes, like very rarely. But definitely a coincidence, but oh well. Hopefully it really doesn't freeze while, you know, a shiny is on screen. That'd definitely be very annoying. Something to add to my fail compilation then, I guess. Additionally, I'm gonna further read the excerpt so I'm done. Additionally, if a Pokemon in the medium slow growth algorithm is withdrawn between levels 245, oh that's where I was quoting the level 245, to 255, it will become a Pokemon with a level between 59 and 125, depending on the exact level of the Pokemon deposited. A Pokemon in the slow algorithm that is withdrawn between 238 and 255 will become a Pokemon with a level between 39 and 146. A Pokemon withdrawn in this manner will have its stats recalculated, which may lead to it having more HP than its maximum HP. I know someone where that happened, and it was basically very funny because the Pokemon had more HP than the maximum, and then if it got damaged, like it would roll over. That was really strange. You know, we already mentioned creepypasta, then this happens. I do wonder though, why... That's like the 5th time this happened. I wonder if it's just a contact thing? As in I didn't put the cartridge in correctly? Or maybe it's a problem specifically to this Game Boy player, because it never happened on any other Game Boy players that I have. I have to do research on that. But it has happened on my Sapphire as well, on stream, I might add. Luckily not while on while I had a shiny in battle. But I really have to like, I looked it up on Google and I couldn't find anything. No idea why. And geez, I've been playing for 1 hour and no shiny yet. That's disappointing. I'm going for an A-Pump first. I really want that shiny. It's hot pink. My favorite color. These GBA cartridges don't crash in a very disturbing way. all you get is silence, which can admittedly be a little disturbing, but the N64 cartridge crashes are the scariest. Oh yeah, those just give you terrifying sounds. But sometimes the GBA crashes also with terrifying sounds. If you take out the cartridge, it's like the game engine screams at you. But yeah, the N64 cartridge crashes are definitely scary. I've witnessed one crash like that as a child as well. As a kid, of course, you're much more afraid of that. One time my StarCraft 64 cartridge crashed and then the screen went completely bright red with the loudest crash sounds I've ever seen. Oh jeez. And then even red, like blood red. Oh yeah, you're gonna be very afraid. But yeah, this is weird. I think this might be an issue with this specific Game Boy player. I might have to do some research as to why that happens. Sorry lol, I'm at work, so I might disappear for a bit. No problem. Have fun at work. N64 crashes terrified me as a kid, with it being my first console as a little 2-year-old. I also started gaming at 2 years old. But my first console, the first thing I played was Game Boy. Luckily my StarCraft 64 still works. That game is one of the rarest N64 games. Yeah, I don't think I come across this game ever. Even at like retro conventions. Where you usually, if you cannot find something rare at retro conventions, you usually find it. N64 was literally gotten when I was born. Yeah, the Game Boy that I had was from my sister. It was hers, but she gave it to me. And the very first game I've ever played was Kirby's Dream Land 2. And I still remember myself like sitting there and playing the game. StarCraft 64 is an N64 version of a well-known PC game called StarCraft. Yes, I'm aware of StarCraft, but I don't think I've ever seen StarCraft 64. Yeah, one of Blizzard's well-known IPs. Oh Blizzard, how far you've fallen. Might need to rip Blizzard. Well, they did that onto themselves, so... Maybe the contacts of the Game Boy player need to be cleaned. I think I have to do that as well. Or maybe I'll just change them. That was really annoying. Once I was EV training on this game, Emerald, and I was like 1 hour in and then the game froze. And I didn't save. So I had to do that all over again. That mildly infuriated me. Loved StarCraft 64 as a kid though, me and my brother played it all the time. And you understood what was going on in the games at such a young age, wow. Actually, I have no idea how it even looks like. I have to look that up later, like how How does StarCraft 64 look like? But no, it's been documented, so maybe I should just share them the links of the streams where that happened. Me and my brother sucked at it. Well, if you had fun, then that's what matters most, right? Alright, let's see. Is that a... it's not a shiny. I thought for a second it was, but no. Looks a lot worse than the PC version. Yeah, well, I think that's definitely understandable why. Surprising how StarCraft even got an N64 in the first place. So yeah, it got a release on the Nintendo 64. That is definitely strange. And I believe you when you say it's a rare game, because I don't think I've ever come across it. And I regularly attend retro conventions. So I see some things there that you're never gonna see anywhere else. Some super rare things. Old Sega consoles, for example. Or some Japanese exclusive stuff I've never heard about. First, we won our first game against the AI by Zergling rushing them. Oh, so that Zergling rushing thing also exists on the N64? I thought that was a PC thing only. Well, my StarCraft knowledge is pretty limited. I've played the PC games a couple of times. But, yeah, I was never good at it. At least, I mean, maybe I could get good at it if I tried, but... I don't know, it's not a bad game, absolutely not. I'm really even amazed by the devs' ability to be able to somewhat, how do I even say it, balance the game. The balancing is actually not bad. You can Zerg Russian 64. I learned something new today. Still play StarCraft 1 on PC, but I use macro keys because the old game's pretty janky. Oh yeah. Actually saw some really, like, worldwide best players. If you watch them play StarCraft and you look how quickly they're hitting the keys on the keyboard, it's really amazing. Original StarCraft 1 still has an active following on it too, so I can still play it online. And that's really nice. I really like it when old games still have a following like that. Right, 1 minute remaining. Let's see, come on. 1 hour and 20 minutes, no shiny. Very disappointing, Yana, very disappointing. They have about 400 APM average, where I have about over 200 APM average. Yeah, it's crazy how the levels of APM they have. It's just amazing to just watch them play the game. Pretty fast myself, but nowhere near as fast as them. Yeah, but that we're talking about like god levels almost. It's just very interesting in a very scientific way that humans are able to do that. To pull that off. Alright, let's see. Come on, first shiny. The crazy MFC, yeah. Still no shiny, come on. Where are the shinies? All new area, was so excited to see new shinies and nothing until now. But a crash, we got in the crash. How's the modern StarCraft, the games? Are they going downhill like all the other Blizzard games? Oh, come on, game. Don't do that to me. For those of you who don't know why I have to reset, if you enter a battle, the frame advances become twice as fast, and that would just make the Eontimer timer pointless. So I have to do it over again. Luckily, Area 5 is very easily reachable. Alright. Okay, this time it didn't happen. Good. Looks like England won. Oh geez, I just gotten some pictures of trees having destroyed cars and other things because of the storm yesterday. There hasn't been new StarCraft since 2015, with Legacy of the Void 2017 technically with StarCraft Remastered. StarCraft hasn't been touched since Blizzard, which I know pisses a lot of people off, but it's a blessing in disguise. Yeah, it is. It's just like with, I mean, I really want a new Sonic Adventure game, but with the state of things in gaming going like it's now, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because I definitely know if they're gonna make a new one, then I'm gonna be very disappointed. And it's better they never make one than make a new installment of the Sonic Adventure franchise and then it being super bad. Definitely know where you're coming from there. Right, if I don't really get any shinies today, then I'm definitely gonna go back to this area again next weekend. Because I just want to see these Johto shinies finally. It's been way too long. If Blizzard made a StarCraft feed, would probably be the one of the worst games they make. Ooh. Already Overwatch used to be everywhere. Where is it now? Like, that game has fallen off pretty badly, no? Would at least be slashed in content compared to StarCraft 2 or even StarCraft 1. Yeah, you know how that's exactly what they do. Or it's gonna be you have to be online to play the game. That BS that they keep pulling that will make the game unplayable if there's no servers that support it anymore. They let Overwatch die pretty quickly even before Overwatch 2. Yeah, why? Like, what happened? I never played Overwatch, but I just saw how it was super popular and then almost no one playing it. Like, that's the polar opposite, basically. Alright, let's see. Give me that shiny. Ah! There we go! Finally! First shiny for tonight. Shiny Sunkern. Okay, I don't know. Do I throw a Pokeblock at it? Let's just come a bit closer. Don't run, alright. Oh, come on, stay in the ball. Oh, you're still with me, alright, alright. And what about now? 1, 2, 3. Yes! First shiny for tonight. Shiny Sunkern. Wonderful. Not the best shiny, but oh well. I'm glad that I've at least gotten one. Took me long enough for some reason. So immediately we save. And it's a level 35 that I gotten. Let's see. Which one could I hit? I think I hit this frame. Or this one. Well, that's a good question. Let's try both with the calibration. And yeah, it's a shiny. I know, it's really hard to discern. Got Pokeros as well. Nice. Oh wait, let me just save again because my brain is really annoying lately, so see, brain, it got saved. Can you shut up now, please? Thank you, brain. Being prisoner of your own brain really isn't that nice. Don't recommend doing that. StarCraft 2 was always online only. In fact, StarCraft 2 was one of the first games to be online only. I think they did fix it, but still. Yeah, because the problem is if it's not really, you know, in 30 years, if the servers aren't running anymore, then you can't really play the games anymore, and that's also why I prefer physical games over digital ones. Also, when it comes to owning films or media in general, I just prefer having them physically and being able to pop them in and watch them or use them, play them, whatever, whenever I want to play. I really hate games that force you to be online. Because imagine your internet your router having problems, then you can't play the game. Isn't that kind of stupid? Well, at least they fixed it with StarCraft 2, but still, I don't think that should be a thing in the first place. Pretty quiet night today. Yeah, I usually have more viewers than that, but I mean, we're here to have fun. And most of them watch it after the stream has been over as a video on demand. And of course with the time zone difference, sometimes you just... I mean, there's a lot of streamers that I watch where they always stream when it's night or like in the middle of the night from my perspective. Then I have to basically watch the video the day afterwards. Guess everyone else is busy? Yeah, I guess so. Alright. Less than a minute. And I'm gonna see if that is the correct or this one. Let's see. Maybe I'll get another shiny. Apom would be really nice. That's what I would like to have. Alright, 5 seconds. No honking outside, so I guess they don't really care about the countries that are playing football. Oh, there we go! Shiny Apom. Nice. Alright, definitely gonna throw you a Pokeblock, so there you go. And do not flee, please. Okay, you're here. Alright. And now, stay in the ball, please. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Wonderful! Second shiny card. Wonderful. I don't really have a name for you now, but I'm glad that I got you. Right, wonderful. Already 2 shinies. Now let me deposit them onto the... No, let me save first. Not that the game crashes again. Or soft lock, I think that would be the more accurate term, but still. Alright, who's texting me now? Oh, it's James. Hey James, come to the stream. It's fun. Gotten 2 shinies now. Ah, such a nice shiny. And the thing is, if I transfer that one up, I can get the evolution as a shiny as well. Alright. So Apom got caught. Let's go for Mareep next. Alright. Let's go. Mareep is also a wonderful shiny. It's pink. A lot of shinies here that I really love. Oh yeah, James, I've known him since 2009 or 2008. Started out as a internet friendship, but we've transitioned towards a real life friendship. He's sometimes in my streams. And yeah, of course, I got his number, he got mine. I even... Oh, come on, game, don't do that to me. I even got his... I mean, I invited him to my wedding 4 years ago. And that's when I first met him in real life, but for all that time we've been basically texting each other, writing. And he visited me a couple of times. He's from the UK, so he has to take the plane. But so far he... No! Game! Why stop doing that to me, please? Didn't realize I was friends with you for that long. Yeah, it's 2009. It's like that I've been friends with him longer than I've been in a relationship with my now husband. I've been in a relationship since 2010. That was when my husband was my boyfriend. And we married in 2020. In 2020, that year. But we got really lucky because the wedding date that we picked out was the 2nd February 2020. Because I really wanted that date because it's the same backwards. And it's also the same, it's a palindrome date in every single system. So in the American date system, in the European date system, and also in the Japanese date system. So the Japanese date system is year first, and then the month, and then the day. The European one is day, month, year, and the American one is the weirdest one. Month, day, year, which I absolutely don't understand. It doesn't really make sense to me, but you know, these Yankees with their Fahrenheit and their feet and their miles and their gallons and ounces. We Europeans also have some terrible ideas, but not when it comes to measuring things. Okay, apparently, oh, that's why he texts me. He can't chat. The chat box has disappeared. Okay, that is definitely weird. See, with that modern technology, you'd think things should work better, but they just end up working even less. Yeah, time really flies. I mean, I was a teenager on YouTube, and we connected because we were both Super Monkey Ball fans. I still am. He is as well. And yeah, years later we actually meet in person and we travel together. We really like doing that. I especially like showing him parts of Europe, like Luxembourg, Germany, France, Belgium. Hopefully soon I'm gonna be able to show him the Netherlands. But I definitely need a salary for that, because if you drive for that long, you definitely need a hotel. And I want to show him some other, like, further parts that are more further away. Europe, he really likes Europe, and he's a good travel buddy as well. I did travel with friends, and I always say that to people. If you're traveling with friends, you definitely know which friends to keep and which ones you should definitely not keep, because if you travel with people, that's when you usually see their true selves. And I just noticed James is a great guy. I mean, he's very friendly and really not complicated to work with. And I'm always having very interesting discussions with him. Really unproblematic. I have one friend who I would say I don't want to be friends with that guy anymore. And yeah, I'm not traveling with him either. That definitely opened my eyes. Some people are just really unhinged, and you just notice that much later. Because if you go somewhere with a friend, and if you really are in a car for 5 hours with someone, or you just go somewhere far away, that's usually where you'll definitely see how they're really like. So the mask that they're wearing falls off. Of course, not a literal mask, the figuratively speaking, that mask. No, I was thinking to myself, please, that shouldn't happen now, but of course it does. Not my most productive Safari Sunday, but oh well. I mean, my most productive ones yielded me over 10 shinies. I don't think I can reach that tonight. Right. Let's see. But next Saturday I should be able to stream. And then I think I'm gonna go back here again because... Okay, good. There's so many new shinies. Well, let's see. Still have time to plan that. Yeah, Spinnerack, Hoot Hoot, Snubble, Stantler, Gligar, all very interesting shinies. And then don't forget the body of water where I can also get some interesting shinies. It's crazy, some people I've known for 20 years now. Or soon it'll be 20 years. I'm just wondering where all that time has been. Jeez. But James, I don't know if you're still in the stream. If the chat box doesn't work, that is definitely weird, but don't stress yourself. If you have to get up early tomorrow, then go ahead and go to bed. I'm not holding anyone hostage here. I still haven't figured out to get rid of that beeping noise. And it's really annoying. For some reason also the Dazzle should also have the in-game sounds, but for some reason OBS doesn't take that in, even though I've changed that in the settings. It's really bizarre. Oh, how quiet. Right. See? Shiny Mareep, please. No, that's a normal Mareep, but not a shiny one. But still, let's say for yeah, let's stream for another 15 minutes and then I think I'm gonna go to bed then. There's some stuff I need to do tomorrow. Well, at least I've gotten some shinies too. While not being a lot, it's better than no shinies at all. And I've gotten the Apom that I so desperately wanted. I'm gonna use that Apom. I definitely need some Pokemon that can use Baton Pass. Because there's some shinies that I'm gonna hunt, for example, the Latis in Southern Island that are really hard to catch, and you definitely need something that either boosts you up or lowers the stats of the shiny that you're hunting to make things easier. And with Baton Pass, that is the most feasible. So you just stand up, you just basically stand up your defense and special defense, and then further along that with Baton Pass, then someone goes, I don't know, uses agility, and then you pass that along. You have a Baton Pass chain. That way I'm perfectly prepared for any future shiny hunt. Let me see, Gligar. Oh, only 2 Gligar frames. What about Stantler? Oh, a bit more. Stantler is an ugly shiny. But as I always say, I prefer an ugly shiny over a shiny where you barely can tell the difference. Snubbull, 2 frames, alright. Hoot Hoot, also 3, alright. Spinarak, quite a bit more. But I'm going for Mareep now. This one specifically. Shiny Mareep stays pink. There's some shinies that when they evolve, they change color. Sometimes they become better when they evolve, sometimes they become worse. But I do like the ones that basically stay, especially if it's pink. I mean, Ampharos is usually yellow, and it being pink, that's really nice. Some of my Baton Passes that I'm leveling up, I already traded them over to XD, because in XD you can level up Pokemon a bit easier. The trainers in that game have Pokemon that are higher leveled. And yeah, you're gonna see them in the legendary hunts I'm gonna do. The Reggies, I'm gonna do them again, this time square shiny Reggies. Then, well, Kyogre, I'm just gonna use a Master Ball for the shiny Kyogre. But then the Latis are very hard to catch. The roaming Latis are even harder to catch. You need to basically lock them first with something like what's it called again? A spider web, or that eye attack that I forgot the name of. Okay, let's see. What do I get? Not a shiny. What's the name of that attack again? It's Horrorblick in German, but that doesn't tell you anything now, does it? Mean Look, that's what it is. Right. Oh, it's really unusually quiet today. Usually I have much more viewers than that, or much more, maybe not, but more than that, definitely. Well, I'm happy that some people are watching in the first place. Very thankful for that. But maybe Sunday evening isn't the best time to stream. At least Sunday evening, it's for me, it's evening, not for everyone, obviously. Oh, how quiet it is. Indeed. I don't know if you can hear this, but for some reason crows are really loud outside. I fed you today. Come on, it's time for bed. That got me worried with the storm yesterday. I saw some birds being really in panic mode. Felt really bad for them. Poor animals. Alright, about a minute left remaining. Left remaining, you don't really say that now. That would be very redundant. Oh well. What a weird day today has been. Definitely one of my quietest streams until now. Can't believe that July is already right at the door. 2024 will end soon. Time has no meaning anymore. Okay, what do I get? Do I get a shiny? No. Not even an accidental one. Well, there are no Oddishes on this in this area, so no accidental Oddish for once. Blah 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 blah, I know. Alright. Might as well do a shameless plug now, since the stream is very quiet. The system that I have is if you either give me any donation, so either if you are on Patreon or on Subscribestar on Ko-fi, or if should that once get through, if I can have super chats. If you donate $1, then you can just tell me what shiny would you like to have, or non-shiny. It could be any Pokemon that you see and you want to have it. Then I'm gonna clone it and I'm gonna trade it for you over to you. So either on the 3DS or DS, or on the on Home, Pokemon Home on the Switch. If it's a Kanto Pokemon, I could also do it over Pokemon Let's Play. Not Let's Play, what am I saying? Let's Go Eevee is what I have. So, yeah. Maybe that's worth thought. There's lots of shinies that I have. I have hundreds of shinies, literally hundreds. Many of them, some of them have evolutions in later gens. Or they have a very specific meta niche where they are actually usable in competitive. And because they are usually from German games, with the exception of my French Ruby and my Italian Fire Red and Leaf Green, then they're always gonna be foreign. Most of my viewer base, the majority are from English-speaking countries. So you can also use them for the Masuda method in future games. So if that is something that interests you, then now you know. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow will be better. My return was prophesized once again. Welcome back. The stream is kind of dead at the moment. Really quiet. Oh well, I mean, I'm happy that people even show up in the first place, you know. How many people stream and no one's watching? Like, no one. Absolutely no one. And I have Patreon, so... Not an English-speaking country, I'm from an American-speaking country, excuse me. Ah, yes. How could I forget about Professor Dr. Kaiser Karmazin's new revised English? Or Anglais, or however you pronounce it. You have to have a very high IQ to understand his English. Or else it just flies past you, you know, it's like quantum gravity theory. It's really advanced and you have to be a genius to understand it. You have to translate your literary works like Kribi into that form of English. Right, let's see. Mareep, please. Shiny, now. Mareep, shiny now. Mareep, shiny now. No, come on. I swear my RNG skills are usually better than this. I actually think it's these stupid NPCs in the beginning. I'm a Blissey. He made a event to get Mew in Ruby and Sapphire, and there was an NPC that also kept ruining his RNG. That happened to him as well. No, you got it mixed. You need to be really stupid to understand it. Ah, I see. The other side of the bell curve then. I see. I understand. So what's the limit? Do I need to have an IQ under 80 or under 90? What do you see as very stupid or really stupid? At least I know that if you have an IQ of 80 to 85, you're considered to be too stupid for the military. And I don't want you to go into the military. Because apparently these people are so stupid that they can't really follow orders correctly. And that's why even the military would not want to have you. Which is kind of sad if you think about it. I don't mean to brag, but in a room of 400, I'm smarter than 7 of them. Oh, I don't want to brag, but I have an IQ of 99, which means it's almost perfect, right? When you see posts like this and you're just like, okay, so there's post law. Is this a parody? Is this a joke? Or is this actually a person that's really stupid? Because that's sometimes really hard to understand. Oh, room temp. 18 Celsius. Oh, so stupid that sometimes people forget to breathe. Yeah, like that kind of stupid. Actually, what is... I know this is random, but what is the lowest recorded IQ in history? I don't think I've ever seen anything below 45. Me with my random questions. I see my brain is really weird today. Just random questions, random scenarios. Worrying scenarios as well. Breathing, yeah. You know, some people are so stupid. If they didn't have the brainstem that would automate breathing, they would forget to breathe and just die. I always say that as a joke. But yeah, you don't need to have an actual brain to breathe. It's your brainstem doing that. Because there have been babies that got born without the main brain. And of course, obviously, they're born blind and deaf because they don't have any of these parts of the brain that process set sensory inputs. But they can still breathe because it's the brainstem that does the breathing, and the heartbeat still works because all that stems from that. And I don't think I need to explain that to you. Definitely not. You must be talking some magic because I don't know what this breathing S is. Alright, maybe I can send you a link then. But the too stupid to breathe, that's just a joke. Don't take that too seriously. Alright, last reset for tonight. Let's see. Do I get a shiny? So what will it be? Not a shiny. Oh well. Well, still, I had my fun. Feel better now. Gotten my mind off of things. So yeah, I'm gonna stream on Wednesday, the earliest. Maybe on Tuesday night. I have to see if that works. And as always, thank you so much for being part of the stream. Goodbye and good night.